ndị banye kenekwe m unu asị n'ụbọchị nkịta adịrị anyị na mma o asị ka nkụ echiri ya zelu ndị Igbo bọba Igbo daalụ nne nkwu si na-esoro anyị n'iru akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24 anyị kwere unu nkwa na ga-ewetara daily update n'iru akwụkwọ bụ gbasara maka ihe bụ ife na-ada na-akpọtụ n'obodo nọ n'ime ya na ndị nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ n'iru akwụkwọ ọzọ dị ka ibe ya bụ anyị agbapụ na osi gosi na ya bụ ife anyị ji wee bịa ma ọ bụ na nke ụbọchị gị na-esoro anyị biko kaba alụ ketụsa ya bụ ozi metụ aka na subscription button subscribe and turn on notification so that ka happy miss any of our update dịka si eweta n'iru akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Alright, ya wetara n'ụbọchị nkịta bụ fear of Biafra as North holds emergency meeting as Arewa to prepare as someone make a shocking move in Finland. Ebe ife bụ ada egwu ndị Fulani na nke ikpeazụ afa na-agba anyị na so gee na ya bụ ife ji maka ya wee bịa sitere ọnụ nwanne anyị nwoke unu ga-esi na drop iPhone nche n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụdị nke unu. Alright, over to you.
Yes, the Fulanis are panicking. This is an important information. The Emir of Zazu has asked and urged Nigerians not to call the Fulani ethnicity terrorists. Don't call the Fulani terrorists. He said that we are the best educated. We are Nigeria's most or best educated. We don't carry AK-47. That's what he said in a report, in the Vanguard report. Let me read it out. The Emir of Zazu, Nuhu Bamali, has urged Nigerians to stop generalizing and blaming the entire Fulani ethnic group for acts of banditry, killings, and abductions. He says banditry is against the value system, the culture of the Fulani people. He said that don't generalize by using what few bad eggs. He calls the Fulani headers, the bandits and the terrorists, few bad eggs, and those did to generalize and say the whole Fulani are evil. Yes, I heard you very clear, Mr. Zazu, Mr. Nuhu Bamali. You see, this collateral damage, this gaslighting will not work, especially with the Southeasterners. It may work, it can't work in the South neither. It may work in the Southwest, or as you have succeeded in the North. We know the Fulani as highly manipulative people. These guys are highly manipulative. How do we know this? How come they are able to conquer the Hausa? This has to be studied. How come they are able to permeate into the soul of Nigeria? People that are foreigners from a foreign land came in through the north, through Guinea, through the Futajalon. They came into the north, they subdued the Hausas, they installed their emirates, few in population compared to the Hausas. They took advantage of the goodness of the Hausa people, the docility of the Hausa people. The Hausa people are too nice. They took advantage of this because they are evil, killed their leaders, dominated their space, start ruling the northern region. The Fulani, they found themselves at the federal level. How manipulative they are. How manipulative. I've told you before that if Fulani comes to an area, they comes to this environment, one person comes with a brother, create a family, they become nice and everything. Of course, they create a settlement. They try to make you understand that they have a culture and this and that. Tell the local government they have a culture, blah blah blah. We can deal with our own issues. Look at what is happening in Germany. People are protesting that Sharia law must remain in Germany. You are coming from a hinterland. You are coming as a refugee from another country, as an immigrant from another country. You are coming to impose your Sharia law in a different country that gave you opportunity. That's how the Fulani behaves. They use Islam as a religion. They preach Islam as a religion. From there, they start growing in numbers in that community. They start extending. And these people are ruthless. And they are diabolic. Diabolic human beings. I'm just trying to explain to you the kind of people these Fulani, they are. How they're able to, not less than 15 million people, conquering over 70 million Hausas. Do you know what it is? You have Atiku. Most leaders we have in Nigeria today are Fulani. How were they able? These are not the most educated. These are not the most, like, look at Buhari. Look at Abacha. Maybe Abacha is not part of it. Look at Absalam Abubakar. They rose to the echelon of the military, and they start controlling. They become the cabals. From Buhari's tenure, you now saw the ruthlessness of the Fulani people. They started going into villages, causing mayhem, taking their cattle up and down, destroying farmlands, putting fear in the hearts of people, kidnapping. They become bandits in the north. And one emir of Zazu, Nuhu, is coming to tell me that was not called Fulani. Fulani that ravaged Enugu state. Fulani that kidnapped an Anglican bishop. Fulani that has sent fear in the spines of farmers all over Nigeria. If not, some people came out together to form a vigilante group that will send them away in the southeast. We have been having issues of Fulani. The Fulani governor in the southeast somehow wants to bring in Fulani through the back door with IDP camps so that they can still infiltrate, because they have a long-term ambition by their Lord and personal savior Usman Danfodo to take over the south, especially the southeast. If not, they were stopped at Benue. That the Oga was killed, beheaded at Benue. They could not come into the southeast. One of the reasons why these Fulani guys are not taking over the whole Nigerian space is because we have the south, the southeast that are standing up against their ruthlessness. The Fulani, the north, the Fulani, they want access to the sea. And where do you get the sea? It's in the south. They want access to the sea. That's why you see they're having this alliance with the southwest. They're having the alliance with the southwest. They want access to the sea. It is difficult for them to penetrate through south, because the way I'm calling it south, I know it is wrong. But let's just call it for calling's sake, for the sake of calling it. I know it is the wrong thing to call, but let us use the word. They want access to the sea. You see, the other time Buhari was propagating water resources. They want access to the sea so that they can gain control. Anybody that has access to the sea can gain control. No wonder the Sultan of Sokoto has so many oil wells. Even some Niger Delta warlords do not have what somebody who is in faraway Sokoto, a land that is not productive, but yet taking so much from Niger Delta, while the Niger Delta communities are being destroyed. This is the reality of these Fulani guys. Highly manipulative. If you have a Fulani in your region, make sure that you tighten your seatbelt. In the next 100 years, your generation unborn must be educated about the Fulani. It is so difficult for them to penetrate Igbo land. It is so difficult. We will resist whatever the Fulani is bringing with our blood, whether it is academic manipulation, political manipulation, cultural manipulation, religious manipulation. All manipulation will not work. It will be uneasy. It will not be easy for them to bring in religion, because Islam is not part of our culture. You see, it does not even rhyme. I'm not saying Islam is a bad religion, but it does not rhyme with our culture. So that's why it is not accepted in the southeast, because we know these guys, we know from history, these guys use religion to conquer the north, and they also have entered in the south. More reasons why the southwest are having an alliance with them, to make sure that they share the loot from the other side. They give the southwest refinery, they build one of the biggest embassies at the Lekki Free Trade Zone. Everybody is sharing it, while the south and the southeast are left behind. So we continue to see the Fulani headers and those that are attacking in farms as terrorists. We are not going to say few bad eggs. No, we don't take that, because we have not seen the efforts of these Fulani guys to stop the carnage that is going on. Most of the Fulani leaders, those leaders from Fulani extraction, have supported the actions of these marauders, these bandits. We have the Sheikh Gumi. We have many of them. These guys are foot soldiers. We have a vice president currently that we found Boko Haram in his house. You know what it is? If somebody, a governor, you found Boko Haram in his house, do you know what it means? Bandits are accusing a current minister under Tinubu's regime that they are the ones sponsoring them. So that one will not fly. Whether Fulani are the best educated or not, that is their business. Let them tell that to their people over there. It does not concern Biafrans, the Igbo people, the Southeasterners, the Southeastern region, inclusive of what we call the South today. You are not going to have access to the sea. You are not going to manipulate us anymore. It is not even possible. Even the Southwesterners are wise. You can't manipulate them anymore. Another important notice I want to bring to you is the fact that the presidency is asking Nigerians not to call Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, T-Pain or T-Baby. That is not his name. If you don't want Ekpe, if you don't use Ogun I swear for you, please don't call the president T-Pain. How would you call your president? Won't you accord respect to that office? How would you call your president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, T-Pain? It does not work like that now. Let's respect our presidency. I know the name enter. The name pain them very well. And that name enter, my brother. Let me not lie for you. That name enter, gone T-Pain. Because the pains that this current regime has caused Nigerians, or the APC regime has caused Nigerians, is unheard of, is untold. Never have we suffered like this. Even in COVID-19, we never suffered like this. Nigerians survived COVID-19. The prices of goods, and man, with this current increase of petrol, by December, every other thing is going up. People are just hopeless. People don't know what to do again. APC supporters that I know, most are selling their properties. One sold his car the other time just to keep up. He doesn't want to buy fuel anymore. He can't afford buying fuel anymore. He sold his properties yes, the president said tighten your seatbelt. Tighten your seatbelt. They are tightening their seatbelt, but they are swearing, they are laying curses, they are abusing the person that they see as their personal Lord and Savior. I told you before that it's not magic, it's not hatred. I don't hate Bola Tinubu as a person. In fact, most of the things I learn about politics, I learn it from President Bola Tinubu. Most of the things I learn about propaganda, I learn it from APC supporters. When I was in school, they taught us propaganda. Propaganda is not necessarily lies. It's just churning out a narrative, making you see reason, or making you look at an information from a perspective, the perspective of the person. It may be mixed with half-truths. The propaganda is not like... So I learned propaganda from the APC, especially their supporters, their influencers. I learned. I'm not learning... you need to, as a journalist, you need to have a little knowledge about everything. So I sit down and I observe. How would these people come out with this? How did they dig up this? How did they come out with this information? Although it is not totally true, there are so many half-truths there. I will not call it lie, half-truths there. How did they spin this? And they spin it, they turn it into a narrative, and they sell it to Nigerians. Nigerians just take it like that. That's how they sold Buhari as Mr. Integrity. Man, while Buhari printed 20-something trillion naira. Jesus. And we can't see where the money went. We have had budget, and I heard a report whereby gas reserves in the southeast are being used as collateral to collect money. Gas reserves in the southeast, a place you are abandoned, you are using their resources to collect money, because in the nearest future we are using gas. Gas is the next thing. We have millions of tons of gas reserves in the southeast. Mr. Integrity sold it out or used it to borrow money, which is going to, at the end of the day, be stolen. How were they able? So I learned, I'm not against the person of President Bola Tinubu. I'm against some of his values. His kind of person is not supposed to be ruling Nigeria. He's not supposed to become a president in Nigeria. There are some sectors he can fit in. Because if you are a president, your body language, your antecedent yes, matters a lot. The other time I said, what is the legacy the president is leaving for the young people? There's no legacy. Some people will find the same propaganda. They will look for so many things to cook and bring it out. But the truth is the truth. There's no legacy, the president. So some people opened their eyes after Buhari's 10 years. Sorry, 8 years. It's even looking like 10 years like this. After Buhari's 8 years, you still came out and said, APC, you deserve what you are getting at the point in time. You deserve what you are getting as an APC person. You deserve it. So please don't call the president T-Pain. Well, you deserve the right to call the president T-Pain. Nobody's going to arrest you or going to say that you are committing. But that name is a serious. If you see what is happening, most people that supported the APC cannot fully come out and beat their chest, except those that are collecting money directly from the government, those that are working in offices having federal, that will come out because they are popular and they have a face that they need to present to the people. But those that were diehard supporters of the president, man, 2027 is going to be a very, very long ride. Most of them are backing out. They don't want anything to do with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Most of them. There are some people that are still diehard. You know, we still have diehard fans. They are still there. But most of them are backing out because of the suffering. I wish the president can prove them wrong, but I'm sorry to announce to you that we are on this earth together. We are still in this matter together. The president can do nothing. They will use propaganda to rule the country. They are going to tax Nigerians. Nigerians are going to run this government with their sweat and blood. And at the end of the day, excuses upon excuses upon excuses. Like I told you, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu might be the last president that will rule this country. Move on. The North is also saying that they should prepare for restructuring. They should prepare for secession. That if Biafrans are doing same, the Oduduwa are doing same, they should also prepare. A professor has come out to say that after the Emir of Zazu came out to say that Fulanis are the most educated, Nigeria's most educated in Nigeria. I was laughing. Now, it seems everybody's coming out. People are waking up to the reality that Nigeria, people are reading the handwriting on the wall. I call it geopolitics. Politics that is played on international level. When you go to embassies, north and south, if you understand what I'm saying, when you go to international embassies, it is not like together Nigeria. It is north and south. Everybody is dividing themselves. Everybody is getting ready for the doomsday. When we said it, people thought that we are high on drugs. We told you that it is, you cannot escape it. The current system must be destroyed so as Africa should be free. The current system cannot continue to exist. It cannot. In fact, the current system cannot stand the test of time. The world powers are coming together to consolidate on which part they will belong to. China, Russia, United States, United Kingdom. Everybody, they are looking for territories. Where another form of neocolonialism is coming on. The Biafran people, the other time they had the protests, you see what the North was raising. They were raising Russian flags. Everybody is wanting to run away from the influence of the United States, United Kingdom. United States prophesied that Nigeria is going to break up, and they are getting prepared for Nigeria's breakup. Oil reserves, gas reserves in the southeast, very, very much important to the United States. So they can create all sorts. We are going to talk about the gas reserves in the southeast. We are going to talk about how the foreign forces are influencing the insecurity, and they have some assets in Nigeria that they are using to perpetrate the evil so as to keep Africa under control. At the end of the day, Nigeria is going to get divided into 6 geopolitical units, and these units will have the influence of the West. They know that it is inevitable that Nigeria cannot stay together. It is inevitable. There's nothing you can do about it. Nigerians at best would want regionalism. At best. Now, let me read it out. Prof. Lugar, that's what his name is. He's a professor in the North. He came out to say that the North must prepare for possible separation. They should not slack behind. Prof. Sani Abubakar Lugar, the fifth Waziri in Katsina, has called on the Northern region to unite and prepare for self-determination, much like their Southern counterparts. Speaking at a community engagement event organized by the Coalition of Northern Group in Katsina, Lugar stressed the need for Northerners to brace themselves for the possibility of separation from Nigeria, reflecting on the persistent calls for secession from the South. Have you heard it? The one Nigeria, have you heard it? Possible separation. It is possible. It's going to be possible. The system, we are going to push for the dissolution of the system. Create a system that will benefit every Nigerian. That is what we want, because this current system, with all the lies, these people have been lying since 1999. Somebody who is a military head of state, he lie. He wear agbada, which is Obasanjo. Another military head of state refused to allow the civilians continue. They all flooded the political arena. Buhari come, he wear agbada. You can see how Nigerians are being deceived. Who are the leaders of tomorrow? The old people are still leaders of tomorrow. Not too young to rule. Their children are not too young to rule. So this system is not going to work. I blame the Agbados or those that are supporting APC because of ethnicity. It doesn't make sense to you. Your children have no place at the table. They are using you to climb a ladder to make sure that their family are okay. They secure themselves, they enrich themselves, they establish themselves in Nigeria. Why you become slaves? That's what they see you as. They come, they laugh with you. They see you as slaves. That's their tactic. That's how they hold you down. They come, they sing with you, they pray with you, they say all sort of things, they sympathize with you just to keep you down. This system is not working. The North has opened their eyes that they should prepare for possible separation from Nigeria, and that is one of the most important things that we need to start discussing, how we all can stay away from the system that's not benefiting the whole. Imagine, do you know what is in Nigeria? The best tribes, unique people. You have the Southwesterners, Yorubas. They are dominating the world. The Igbos dominating the world. The Hausas. You know who they are? The Hausas. Very unique people. You have the Fulani. Fulani are very important. These guys are unique people, but they are not most educated. You know, these people come together and they cannot agree. Let them stay in separate regions and let them harness their potentials. For the Biafrans, who God has blessed, no man can curse.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to Sunday Street. Yesterday, Sunday, as was in UK to seek to support all the Yoruba nation. Do you think it is late? Now, do you think why is it calling for all Yoruba nation when the president is from the Yoruba tribe? Do you think it is a good idea? And do you see the future in the Yoruba nation? First of all, before Tinubu came in, Igbo has been calling for the Yoruba nation. Now it will be hypocritical of him to keep quiet. I've first said it that if Sunday Igbo keep quiet now, nobody will take him serious again after Tinubu go. And he still now come out and say, if you keep quiet now, after the turn of Tinubu, then you are still calling for Yoruba nation. Then we say it's not Yoruba nation that you are looking for his presidency. Because when you have presidency, you keep quiet. You don't ask for Yoruba nation. So since Sunday Igbo come out, I'm impressed. Because I thought, in fact, there's one interview that I granted. I said, Chief Sunday Igboho is a confused man now because he will not know what to do. Is it to go ahead with the Yoruba nation, or because I know that to some extent he's a supporter of if I call him supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I will not be too far from truth, but I have not heard him coming out to criticize all the wrong thing that Tinubu is doing. But thank God that he was able to come out and still stand on his feet that we want Yoruba nation, despite that he's a Yoruba man that is there as a president, and I like that kind of idea. I don't like an hypocrite person. I like somebody that have principle. That whatever that is happening, we should be able to stand on our principle, and this is to say that this is where we are going and that is where we are going. So since Sunday Igboho coming out, I give him kudos, and I said that he should not stop. It really surprised me, and I'm impressed. And concerning maybe the Yoruba nation, the unbelief in Yoruba nation, that maybe it will bring solution. Yes, I believe in Yoruba nation because Nigeria before amalgamation, Yoruba nation is an established nation. We have different clans. We have Owu people, we have Oyo, we have Egbas, Ijebu, Ekiti, and we as a nation, as a confederation nation, we have been coexisting. We have our differences, and we have friends among ourselves, and we have enemies. We fought, we settled the war, we settled the war. Yoruba nation have fought war for almost 16 years, even before this amalgamation in the 18th century. So Yoruba nation is an established nation already before the amalgamation. Likewise, all the three regions, they are established nation already, and we have been trading with each other before we will come.
Ende ba ngwa daluli nenu ụmụ Igbo. Anyị na-ekele kwunu isi were soyila anyị si unu daalụ ụmụnne m. Ka efi were ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị niile nọ n'elu akwụkwọ. Ọ bụ na ife echetakwa na ọ bụ na ife na-eme na adị mma kapara ka ịtụsa ya bụ ozi ka ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ na-anụkwa ife na-eme n'obodo, na-anụkwa ka o si ada. Ka ife were ikwu n'ụdị nke gị gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile nọ n'elu akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Ka ife were ikwu gwa ife iche n'ụdị nke gị na Eastern News 24 ka ife ichere. Ọzọ dịka ibe ya bụ asị ma n'Igbo dịnụ ise.